Welcome in Tuesday morning, Parker and Sipple for the Lincoln Journal-Star, HuskerExtra.com. Four most interesting things we heard from the coordinators and a couple of players after practice, Sipple. I'll start today. Matt Lubick, offensive coordinator, talking about just the way that they threw the ball down the field. We haven't really seen that much, not only this year, but going back to 2019, I suppose. They got it done. It's Fordham, it's an FCS opponent, but you got to look at what Adrian Martinez can do when he's got good protection and when the receivers create a little bit of separation. So it was interesting. He said, it all sort of works in concert, but if Adrian can sit back there and have time and feel confident that he's going to be able to have enough time to throw the ball down the field, he's got the ability to do that. We've seen him miss a couple this year, but overall he was pretty darn accurate on Saturday against Fordham.
Yeah, you have to have a lot go right, like you say. You don't want it to be like landing on Mars.
Yeah, you're throwing the ball down the field.
Right.
You're not splitting the atom. Yeah.
Right. What else did we hear? Well, Greg Austin was pretty interesting. I don't know if I'd say gave him an out, but I said, would you expect such a young offensive line to be clicking this early? I mean, shouldn't that group need a little more time? And he really kind of bit back on that.
He slapped you?
No, he didn't slap me, but he did not slap me, for the record. But he did say no. I mean, we're accountable now. The time is now. We have to get it done now. There's no. I don't give him that excuse. I don't think I need to. I don't necessarily agree with him on that, to be quite honest. There's 3 redshirt freshmen and a sophomore on that line. Their best football is going to be ahead of them.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But I get it. He's got to demand a lot from him right now.
Matt Lubick talked about Markese Stepp and had 18 carries for 101 on Saturday against Fordham. And he said he thought maybe he ran harder than any of the other backs. And so it's going to be interesting to see what happens at that spot going forward. Obviously, Gabe Irvin Jr., the freshman, has started each of the first 2 games. But Lubick said, Markese, not only did he deal with that injury, but he just got here in January like Gabe Irvin did. And so as he gets more comfortable in the system, more comfortable with the playbook, there's more ahead of him. And that's pretty telling when a coordinator says one guy ran harder than the other guys. You would think you'd see a lot of Markese on Saturday against Buffalo.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what I saw, if I was those young running backs, Morrison, Gabe Irvin, Ramir, etc., Ramir Johnson, I'd watch that tape of Stepp fighting for yards. It really made an impression on me when at the end of plays, when a play's winding down, he was getting 1 and 2 extra yards just from sheer fight. And that's what you got to do.
There you go. Number 4, Cam Taylor-Britt related. Sipple.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk about Cam Taylor-Britt because of his struggles on special teams as a punt return man. 2 major gaffes in 2 games. You wonder if it'll affect his defense. According to Eric Chinander, according to Braxton Clark, there's no impact on his defense. He's the same old Cam, loud. He's a talker. Hasn't affected his defense. We'll see what that punt return man looks like on Saturday. I mean, will it be Cam Taylor-Britt? I don't know. We'll see on that. I would think they have a decision there.
Eric Chinander also said teams really haven't thrown at Cam Taylor-Britt much over the first 2 games, which is noticeable, I think, when you watch it back. That's all for today. 4 most interesting things we heard from practice on Tuesday. Nebraska's getting ready for Buffalo. For Sipple, I'm Parker. Thanks for watching.